Hello, this is a tutorial on how to set up a references page in APA format and how to proceed with the APA skills assessment. This tutorial will show you how to set up your document in Word, Word 365, and Google Docs. So to begin, um, I want to urge you to look at the APA materials on the references page. You'll need this information as you complete the APA skills assessment. So please go through that information. Also notice the APA guide, which will give you examples of the different kinds of articles that you will be using to set up your references page as you complete the APA skills assessment. So, to set up your references page, let's first go to Microsoft Word. If you have Microsoft Word, the default font and size is Calibri 11, which is now acceptable for APA. But if you prefer, you can change it to Times New Roman 12, which is the classic font for academic papers. You're going to begin by centering the word references in bold font. So notice center alignment and bold font. You want to set your spacing to double or 2.0 and then hit enter. Change your alignment back to the left and remove the bold. Now you're ready to type your entry, but before you do that, you must set up what is known as the hanging indent. To find that in Word, simply go to the paragraph drop-down menu and under Indentation Special, use the drop-down to choose Hanging and click OK. Now you are set up for typing your first entry. What you will do is type the information for your first entry until you are completely finished and then hit enter to move the cursor to the correct spot for the next entry. And I'll come back to that in a moment. All right, let's look at Word 365. If you don't have Word on your computer, all of you can access Word 365 through your MyDTCC account. So on the Welcome page, click on Resources, and under Technology, go to Office 365. There, you initially will have to sign up for the program, but once you've done that, then you can create your Word document in that format. It is a slightly different layout than regular Word, although they're both Microsoft Word products. So again, we want to center the word references in the middle of the page. So you're going to go to your alignment, choose center, make sure it's in bold, and let's check our font. It's also in Calibri 11, which is acceptable, but if you'd like to change that to Times New Roman 12, you may. And we'll type references. You need to change your spacing, which in Word 365 is over to the right with the 3 dots, and you'll choose line spacing 2. And now you can hit enter. Move your alignment back over to the left, remove the bold font, and now you're ready to type your entry. We do need to set up the hanging indent. So for Word 365, you're going to go to Layout, and then you're going to go to the 3 dots for more options, paragraph options, and then you have your indentation, special, hanging, OK. And now you're set up in Word 365. If you would like to use or you need to use Google Docs, and I would urge you to try to use Word 365. It works better in D2L. But if you need to use Google Docs, that is also available to everyone at Delaware Tech. So you can set up an account using your college address, and here you can open a Google Doc. We're going to do the same process. I will say for Google, be sure you title your document. So APA references, or whatever the assignment is. And then you will need to center the word references. So change your alignment to center. Make it bold. With Google Docs, the default is Arial 11. So you should change that to Times New Roman 12. And now you can type references. You need to change your spacing to double spacing. So you'll need to go to the line spacing drop down and choose double. And then you can hit enter. Move your alignment back to the left. Get rid of the bold. And now we need to do our hanging indent. To do that, we need to go to the format, align and indent, and then down to indentation options. Here is where you find the special indent, and you can choose hanging. And now you're ready to type your reference. So what you're going to do in the skills assessment, and let's go to that assignment, which is in Unit 1. You're given 4 articles, and you need to create a references page for each of them. Again, please read all of the APA materials, especially about references page information, and then you'll work on these articles. Once you've formatted one of them, then you need to make sure that they're listed in alphabetical order on the page. So we'll do just one, or at least start to do one here as a sample. So for this first one, we have the title, we have the authors, we have the journal, the date, the volume, the issue, the page numbers, and this has a DOI. Okay, so let's go back to our Word document, and I'm not going to do the actual titles, but just give you sort of a model. So we have the last name, comma, space, initial, period, comma. We'll put the second author, last name, comma, initial, period, comma, space, and the third one, and so forth and so on. When you get to the end of all of the authors, and you have to list all of them unless there's more than 21, you'll use an ampersand, and then the last name, comma, initial, period. In parentheses, you'll put the date with the year first, and then the month and the day. If you don't have some of that information, just put what you have, period. Then you're going to put the title of the article, and that will use what we call sentence case, which means you capitalize the first letter of the first word only, and of course any proper nouns or subtitles. So title of article goes here. period. Then in italics, you'll put the name of the journal, comma, space. Keeping it in italics, you'll put the number of the volume. So I won't type words because that might confuse you, but that would be the volume in italics. Take off your italics and use parentheses to put your issue, comma, space, and then your page numbers. Don't put page or the abbreviation for page, just list the numbers. If it's a range, put the hyphen and a period. And then because this has a DOI, you're going to want to list that in HTTP format. So HTTP DOI.org, and then the string that you have in your article. And then when that should finish this entry, and then you would hit enter. And then you'll see your link will show up for your HTTP. That could be an S in there. So let's just double check in the APA guide. It's always good to double check. So for our DOI, yes, we should put the S in there. So let's correct that. HTTPS. And then the colon, double / DOI.org / and then the string. Again, in your APA guide, you have examples and explanations of each of these types of sources. All right, and so once you've done that, now you're ready for the next source. And you can see that you have the hanging indent where the first line is to the left and then others are indented. Now, if you go to your Google, at this point, you'll be doing the same thing. Last name, comma, initial, comma, last name, initial, comma, and last name, initial, the date with the year and the month and the day. Then you'll have the title of the article. Then in italics, you'll have the journal, comma, volume, no italics, parentheses for the issue, comma, space, and the page numbers. And finally, your HTTPS : DOI.org / and then the string of numbers for that. And now you're ready. And the same thing is true with your Word document. Once you've got everything set up, then it's very easy to type the information, and you will be letting the hanging indent do the tabbing over, if you will, for you. Never use tab or the space bar. So here, the title of the article, the journal name, comma, the volume, the issue, the page numbers, and then that DOI.org. And even if the source doesn't show you the web address, the HTTPS part, you do still put that in there. And you see we're ready now for the next entry. So that will get you started on this assignment. Please make sure you have your formatting correct. I will not accept papers that don't have the hanging indent and the bold and all of that formatting detail.